Hey there, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Good morning, crypto friends. How are we doing out there? It is Monday, September 6th. We are streaming at you live. As I mentioned in the title card, we have dropped the Bird Mystic Monkey NFT on OpenSea for you. So you have a chance to get a hold of them early, should you choose. Don't want to show you too bad here, but let's get on to the charts. We're looking at BTC/USD, and man, are we getting tight range up here. Looking pretty darn strong as we move further into this long weekend here in the United States. So we have support sitting there at the 51,438.15. And resistance up there at the 52,020. Pardon me 1 second here. We seem to be having some difficulties. What a way to start the Monday. Folks, resistance at the 500. So on above there, if we can get through there, the 506.435. Support holding on strong right there at the 496.531. Still getting the spinning wheel of death here. I'm hoping I am live. Midst of a thunderstorm here in the south as we continue to endure. Let's move on to SOL USD. It's up 0.5% for today. Solana looking really good up here. Lots of range-bound activity here. So let's not say here again. What do you say? Here we are. Support 138.5613. Resistance starting to tighten up as we get ready for it. We're going to either explode to the downside or to the upside. And things are setting up pretty good for the latter. Moving on to Litecoin, LTC USD, finally chilling out a little bit. It got all the way up here to that resistance level, the 229.47. Now we're sitting back on support at the 222.45. Having a look here at Ethereum, ETC USD. It's up 0.88%, I should say. And we are just about to break that resistance level at the 74.202. Having another go up here at that pivot. And looking at support is 71.647 for Ethereum Classic. RSI is just beneath the overbought. I wouldn't mention that to you. And look at the size of the volume in this trade right here. Massive candle. And let's move on to MATIC. MATIC 6.58% for today. We're still hanging on to that support, clinging on to that 12-day moving average. Down at the 1 point resistance to hold us down as we climb back up through. So watch that 1.6885 as we try to pop back through there with some momentum. RSI in way better shape as we move on to ICP USD. And let's see what we got here. Everything, I've got flashing buttons. I mean, we are complete catastrophic failure here on the stream this morning. My apologies, but hopefully we're getting through this thing to you. And 78.335 is support, resistance at the 81.90, 82.134. Head on to AVAX, AVAX USD. It's up 0.88%. Resistance up there and support 46.739. On to XLM USD. It's up 1.41% for today. And heading up there. Right there on that pivot high. Got to get through that 0.410. And support is going to hold double bottom on those two wicks. Let's zoom in just a little bit more. There we go. We have support at 0.3897 on to Vechain, up 0.5% for today. Vechain. Looking up at that resistance level at the 0.153 and support holding at the 0.1499, I should say, on to FILUSD. And we are looking at resistance up there at the 117.37. And we have a nice looking support at the 111.238. Let's move on to CRO USD. Crypto.com's token still climbing, and they are offering quite a bunch of incentives to stake CRO, so I imagine that's why we are seeing the increase in price. So we're up 1.4%, so we're looking at resistance at the 0.1918, support 0.1867 on the SHIB, down 2.52% for today. Basically unchanged as we try to get through that 50744, and support still holding strong at the 50731. Looking on to AMP USD AMP. Got a bunch of resistance right there. 0.06188. A lot of folks wanting out at that range. And support still hanging on to that at the 0.0585. RSI in good shape. Moving on to IOTA. Internet of Things continues to gain altitude. We did pop through. Got all the way up to almost $2. And we're looking at 1.975 as resistance. And incrementally moved our support level up to 1.827. On the basic attention coin, it's like my internet. It needs some attention. So we are looking at support to hold up on that 12-day moving average. So watch that bad boy right there at the 0.9498. And where did my resistance line? There she is, way up there. And we have resistance in these tightening ranges coming first. 0.9788. Still trying to get through that $1 mark for BAT. Looking on to NMR USD. Up 1.63%. Massive wicks on these candles. As you can see, a lot of selling down. A lot of downward pressure up in here. So it seems that we've been up here before. Let's have a look. Yes. So folks are taking profit as we climb up through these price ranges here. So that's why you see these massive tails on candles, or wicks, I should say. So we're looking at support at the 48.1967, resistance at the 49.747. Moving on to Storj, STORJ USD. There you go. Support 1.642. Resistance very close by to 1.7042. On to NU USD. Iron support at the, just barely got it, didn't I? Almost there. Here we go. There we go. Close enough. 0.33742. Resistance still remains. Got to get back up through these previous highs at the 0.3429. Heading on into some DeFi tokens. Look at here at Uniswap UNI USD. Still holding that support level 29.053 and resistance up at the 29.457. On the Chainlink, LINK USD, down 0.26% as we start to give a little bit back this morning as we are streaming. 33.758 is resistance level to watch out for, and keep an eyeball on the 32.833. Alerts, folks. Looking here at Aave, AAVE USD, it's down 3% for today. And we're going to look for support to hold up at the 402.534. And if we could touch that 50-day moving average, we could anticipate a bounce should we pass that support level. And still got resistance, plenty of it up in here. You see this range at the 408.703. On to GRT USD, the graph token, down 2.29%. Support still holding from there to 1.031. Moving on into comp, COMP USD. Every time I move the cursor, something flashes. It is so hilarious. So comp is down 6.34%, and it is dropping quickly. So be on your toes. A lot of selling going down with comp. And looks like Solana is dropping as well. So we're looking at support 467.125. Maybe a bounce attempt on this 50-day moving average. Should we bounce, we're going to be looking at resistance coming back up through the 483.56. Let's move on to MKR USD. We're looking at support at the 3541.451 and resistance at the 3594.346. Having a look here at MANA, MANA USDC, down 6.3%. It's starting to fade on us as well. Going to look at a bounce attempt at the 0.99925. So right there on that dollar. As we're just barely clinging on to it. On to Theta, THETA USD. Looking at support to hold at the 7.801 and resistance at the 8.120. Right there, 8.120. On to CHZ USD, down 3% for today. And it looks like we are back. We have rolled off into our backup internet. So hopefully we're doing you a little bit more justice. I do apologize. Try to hop on sometime today and we'll do a quick check-in. It's just a holiday. Look at that resistance at the 2.159 support, still sitting down on that 50-day moving average. So watch that $2 range. 2.070 will be what you're looking for. We're looking at Harmony 1, ONE, USD. Still holding that support we had marked for you for yesterday. So still looking at the 0.1265. Meanwhile, back at the back cave, we've got some new resistance levels at the 0.1290. We still have no charting data on the Matrix Samurai token. It was supposed to have launched up yesterday. Pre-sale. So that wraps up the look at the names. If you're out there in the chat, say hello. Meanwhile, we'll go to the crypto market caps and wrap it up here for you. So we're looking down here at BTC.D. That tells us the size of the market for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin of the total crypto market cap is 41.49% of the entire market cap is in Bitcoin. So it's up slightly, 0.08. Looking at Ethereum, it's at 19.62. So it's down about a half. And then we look on over to ADA, down 2% at 3.89. and wrapping her up here with Doge at the 1.72. Total crypto market cap down to about 1%. So it looks like some folks have parked some doll hairs on the old exchange, waiting for some good dips to buy up here. So down 1% at 2,324 billion. As we can zoom out here and see if we're getting close to the all-time ultimate high, which was way back. Oh, we're there, folks. Man, we are close. So we got all the way up to 2,576 billion. And we are getting very close to that. Moving on. So things are looking up. Quick check-in back in the price range here. Like I said, we were leaking off just a little bit this morning. Switch back to our 4-hour time frame. We did fall through that support level. So look for that pivot point right there. That used to be resistance. It becomes support. See a nice little touch right on there and bounce right back up. Well, let's hit you before we go with a little brainwash activity. Be sure and like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and we will catch you tonight at the Crypto Happy Hour. Hey there. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Let it go. Let it go.